So there it's recording now.
And then when I push it, okay.
Okay. Are we both in the frame?
Yes, Richard, you're in the frame.
It's November 24th, 2009. Mom's 99, soon to be 100, and we're doing a little interview here to get some of the history. Ready?
Yeah.
Who's holding the camcorder?
Toby Feld. Toby Brandt, I almost said.
Yes.
Alan's behind, and he'll come into the scene later.
Okay.
Okay, Mom, ready?
I don't know what you're going to ask.
Okay, so you're born in Avoca, right?
Avoca, Pennsylvania.
Okay, so what are your...
Small town
of
6,000 people.
How many Jews were there?
Only 6 families.
6 Jewish families. Now, what are your earliest memories from the
My
days?
fondest memory?
The earliest things you remember about growing up in Avoca.
Well, I remember every day my father going to the bank with his hands behind his back like this.
Yeah.
And that's how he would walk to the bank. He was a director in the bank.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Plus, he owned a store.
He owned a haberdashery.
A haberdashery, a word not commonly heard
and he
today.
did very nice business until something happened.
All right, let's get back to that. And you lived above the store.
We had an apartment with 3 bedrooms.
Okay, and so you had your own bedroom or what?
I shared a bedroom with Annabelle.
Okay, your older sister.
Yeah.
And the boys?
The boys slept together.
And the parents were in the 3rd bedroom. The parents, Jacob and Jenny, were in the 3rd bedroom, right?
Jenny Baltimore Prince.
Jenny Ball. So what are other memories from growing up in Avoca?
Well, I also wondered where the name Baltimore came from.
Okay.
We figured that when they were coming over here from Europe, they pronounced a name that was not Baltimore, but it sounded like it, so that's what the name is that they gave them.
So when did they come over from Europe? When did they tell you they came over?
You mean what year?
Or how old were they? Or
What?
how old were they when they came over?
My mother was 12.
And Jacob, your father?
He was 16.
They told you that? They told you that?
Yeah.
So they came over independently, I guess.
Who did Manga come?
No, my mother came with someone. She was only 12 years old.
Yeah, who did she come with?
What?
Who did she come with?
She came with somebody in the family, I don't know.
You don't know if it was her sisters or anything?
And when she arrived, she came into New York, the port of New York?
Yeah, father and mother.
Yeah.
She used to work in Aunt Dora's store.
Okay, look into the camera now.
And he used to go by several times a day because she was so pretty. He kept going back and forth looking in.
I see, so she caught his eye. Okay. And?
That's how they met.
Okay, so he one day got up enough nerve.
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue. And you had gotten married to Dad and lived in Kingston on some street, but you don't remember what street.
Try this.
First Avenue?
Try it.
3rd Avenue.
Okay, so then what?
Earlier first.
Do you know where I lived,
No.
Ellen, on 3rd Avenue? All the way down?
But that was later. You lived someplace else on 3rd Avenue too, when
Yes,
Dad was
yeah.
in the Navy.
Half of a double house.
That was at the end of 3rd
3rd
Avenue.
Avenue.
That was the one at the end. But you lived someplace else before.
Before 3rd Avenue?
Yeah, I think so. When you were first married and you used to hang out with Tilly Reed.
With who?
Tilly Reed, remember? Now where did you live then?
Tilly lived in Exeter.
No, but I mean she lived in Kingston too when you met her. Tilly Reed.
Tilly Reed.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Her name was Tilly Miller.
Yeah. But she was your good friend and you used to like walk us together. But where did she live and where did you live?
Wheel the carriages.
Where did you live then?
After that?
No, then.
On 3rd Avenue.
Okay.
All right, so any case, you and Dad are there, and Toby is born.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Sure.
So how did that go?
You mean when Toby was?
Yeah.
We were tickled pink.
What what was Dad doing then? Toby asked some questions.
Well, everybody went off to college, is that?
Yeah, that's where we were.
Okay, now this is before the flood. And is that when you started teaching again? You went back to teaching?
I remember that. I taught in the Hebrew Day School. And I taught there for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an offer from my next door neighbor, who I was very friendly with. He said, there's an opening in second grade. Would you like it? I said I would love it, because that would be permanent.
Mm-hmm.
The one at the Hebrew Day School, they changed all the time.
What school was this where you got the offer? What school was that?
Edwardsville,
Oh, okay.
in Edwardsville.
And how long did you teach there?
I got an offer for a permanent job.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them I was leaving, and they got mad at me, the parents.
Because you were
they
such a
didn't want
great
me to
teacher, of
leave.
course.
Not the rabbi, the head rabbi said I was the best first grade teacher he ever had.
Well, that's before you went to Edwardsville to teach, right? Because you taught the gifted, didn't you teach?
What?
Didn't you teach the gifted?
Yes,
Yes.
I taught the academically gifted
Right.
children.
Right.
Having had
And
much
then-
experience with your own children who were so gifted.
Then they took that away.
Yeah.
So that's when they offered me the other job.
Then, right after that, then you moved to Florida. Wasn't that when you retired and Dad retired?
Yeah,
Or was the flood before that?
Yeah, the flood was
The flood was
before, of
before
course,
that,
he
yeah.
retired, before he retired.
Switched to third half school. That's what she
Did you teach at Third Avenue School?
That's when she got it from.
no.
No. Okay.
Okay, so
Next is the flood?
next is the flood,
The flood.
before the
Remember
retirement.
Remember the flood? That's next.
You were in Europe.
Remember the flood?
You were in Europe during the flood.
Remember you were in Europe and you came home and that was after the flood. You missed the flood, but you lost all the stuff from your...
Blue eyes, you wanted everything blue.
Okay, Alan's gonna ask.
I have just one question. Mother, you get along so well with people. How do you do that?
How do I do it?
Get along so well with people. What's your secret?
Maybe it's because I just like people. And I feel that it's better to be friendly than unfriendly. So, do you think I get along with people?
Well, I do, but what do you think?
Yeah, I guess I do. But people wouldn't want to be with me.
And they want to be with you.
They do.
Yeah.
Even Richard.
Not this Richard.
Not as your boyfriend,
You mean
Richard.
your boyfriend, Richard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, one last, I just thought of something else. Is there anything you want to tell Toby and Richard before we stop this?
Just that I love them very much, both of them. And I hope they have as long a life as I have.
Thank you, that's
Okay,
nice.
that's
And I
very
hope-
nice.
I hope if they have that life, they live like you.
Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Now I feel better. I feel that my children really love me.
Of course, you knew that. You never had